Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Rita.
Hello,
Hello, Rita.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
My name is Ritan.
Mhm.
I'm 8 years old
Okay.
and yeah,
And what's your favorite hobby?
basketball. I like
Basket.
to play basketball.
Interesting. Which is your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is math.
Hmm.
I like
So you love math.
yeah.
Hmm.
let me say hi to your teacher. So,
Uh,
hi, hello.
Hi,
Can
ma'am.
you
Hi.
hear me? All right. So, I'm Kiran. I'm Ridan's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I believe you can't see me.
Hmm.
So, yeah, today we are arranging this demo session with him. I mean, for him,
Hmm.
to understand, what is the curriculum? How do you like how does this program work, what exactly you're going to cover, how is it different from normal mathematics,
Yeah.
uh, and is it when we do the 40 sessions, is it going to be something that we are going to cover for the entire year, or are there some specific topics that we are going to cover, and how do we do the practice for the
Hmm.
child? Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, ma'am, here we have the syllabus for Olympiad. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if he's appearing for any international Olympiad, then the syllabus will be completely the same over here. And the
Mm-hmm.
same syllabus they go with the school also. Like in school also they are taught the same syllabus. So here what they have to do is like every topic that we will be teaching, we will be making them practice some questions in the class. And then in the website there are some practice sets available,
Mm-hmm.
which we make them practice in the class also. And after that they need to practice some of the like questions at home also as their homework.
Okay.
After that, if they have any doubt in any of the questions, because the answers are also given over there,
Hmm.
so if they have any answers, they can match and they can just check it out which one is wrong, which one is correct.
Hmm.
If they have any doubt, then yes, we will be discussing those questions also. And after every topic we complete, we conduct a mock test,
Hmm. Okay.
so that like we can assess whether the child has understood the topic or not. So
Hmm.
just to assess their progress level, we just conduct a mock test.
Hmm.
And likewise, like we will have like around 10 to 12 chapters over there.
Okay.
Once we are completed with all the sets, all the practice sets, all the mock test and everything,
Hmm.
then we have the super classes in the end, like 4 to 5 super classes.
Hmm.
Now, in that super classes, what we do is we discuss the previous year exam papers, the Olympiad papers.
Okay.
So the children get the idea of the exam paper and they have the time limit over there. So
Hmm.
they are used to each and every question pattern over there.
Okay. What is the benefit of having these children doing Olympiad? So they have it every year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how
Like
do
ma'am,
you benefit
if
them?
you are participating, like if they're participating in any competitive exam now, so
Hmm.
basically the speed improves over there.
Hmm.
And in the school, like the question gives you that they give you in the school, the question is of basic level. But in Olympiad, the level is a little bit higher, you can say.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are used to like a little tougher questions and all.
Hmm.
So they can just go with any competitive exams. Once they are aware of all these patterns, now they can go for any competitive exams in that.
Hmm. Okay.
So you
And
usually,
even the speed improves now because there is a time limit now.
That
So
is.
yeah.
kids are also focusing on the time management. So
Hmm.
even the speed improves in that case.
Oh.
So usually one topic is how long in duration of weeks?
Like we have 3 to 4 classes for that. And it depends on the topic also. Like if the topic is long enough, then we have more number of classes for that.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
it depends on the kid also. Like suppose if the kid is not able to cope up with the 4 classes and all, then we can increase the number of classes, no issues.
Okay.
It doesn't have like limitations. It doesn't have that bonding that yes, you have to just go with that 4 classes only. We cannot extend those classes. It's not like that. If the
Mm.
kid is not able to cope up with the uh, topic and he is not clear with the concept, then we can increase the number of classes also.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you where my confusion was, because I think when we contacted your center, they said that it's a it's a package of 40 classes, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Which they
Mhm.
mentioned that should ideally get over by September this year, within a period of 3 months'
Yeah,
time.
like yeah, they usually target 3 months, but because if some of the classes are being cancelled or if any holiday happens, then the classes extends to almost like 4 months.
But 3 months is a very short period of time to cover this entire annual syllabus we are talking about, right? So that's why I'm very
Mhm.
confused. How does this work?
No, no, actually, sir, the same concept they're learning in school also, right? So
Okay.
many of the concepts they must be aware. Like if you go with the time chapter, time they are learning in school, they must have done in grade 3 also,
Mhm.
right? If you go with the measurement, then they also again they are aware of few basic things. Then again fractions and all. So kids are already aware of the basic concepts, number system. These are the basic concepts which they are already clear with.
Okay.
And we are just going in much details about these topics. So it like they don't find it much difficult. If there is any kid who is not able to cope up, then we increase the number of classes because I have 2 kids over here. I have increased their classes. Like their parents, like they told me in the very first class that they are not in a hurry. They don't want the number of classes to be limited and the concept to be limited with the kid. So if they find that their child is struggling with any topic, they just tell me that this topic is not clear with the kid. So I just increase the number of classes for that topic and then I can go with the other topic later on, like that.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
unless
that
and until the child is clear, we cannot switch on to the next topic. The thing is
yeah,
that.
that's clear to me, but that comes with an additional fees, right? So if let's say we decide that
Yeah.
we're going to spend 5 classes on geometry, let's say, then if I'm
Mm-hmm.
exceeding those 40 classes for the entire syllabus, then that's an extra fees over that, correct?
Yeah.
So, again, coming back to the main point, usually in schools, when they learn, let's say, 10 to 12 topics within maths curriculum for a year, they spend 12 months to do it, which means there is a constant practice and re-practice on each and every concept. While what I am
Yeah.
understanding now with your, let's say, methodology is that it's a 3 months time, just finish everything for child. Sorry to say, but I want to express my
So like
understanding.
if
Like,
they're having regular classes,
hmm,
if they're having regular classes, then it's a 3 months time. But generally, like if the kids are having the other classes also, they are engaged in other
oh,
activities also, then
correct.
the kids take only 2 classes in a week. So
Acha.
in that case, it almost takes like 5 months or like that.
Ah,
Because we have hardly 8 classes in a month. So in that case, it covers almost like 5 months to 6 months.
okay. That makes sense. I think if it's one
Yeah.
or two
Like
classes,
for regular classes,
Hmm.
yeah,
yeah.
the one who are like very good with the maths concept and who are easy to go with the regular classes, we only recommend regular classes to those kids.
Okay.
But yes, otherwise we recommend 2 classes in a week so that even they have time to practice the sets and do their homework also.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
So
Okay.
we go with like 2 classes in a week. Even for the batches also we have 2 classes.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Got it. And these practice tests are available online, like a worksheet, I believe,
Yes,
which
yes.
they can practice.
Anytime, like even the reading material is available. The practice sets are available. Even the mock tests are also available. Everything is available online in the website. So you will be given access to the reading material and everything.
Hmm.
Okay. And when it comes to Olympiad enrollment, is that also something your center supports with, or that is up to us when we enroll him and
Like
give?
the owner of Olympiad Success, he is conducting one of the Olympiad exam, which is CREST Olympiads.
Okay.
So that is also conducted annually.
Okay.
And there are almost like 7 to 8 papers over there, which
Oh,
includes English, maths, reasoning. Then you have the science paper, computer. Then you have the GK and all,
understood.
and drawing and all. So we have different subjects. So the students who are interested in those particular subjects, they can just go for those exams also. It is conducted almost like November, December.
Okay. Every year, November, December. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for
Yeah.
now it clarifies a lot of my doubt at least. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I think we'll go into the test. I'll bring Ridan here. Sorry, I didn't get your name. May I know your name, please?
Sneha.
Sneha, okay. So Sneha, yeah, you can. So the idea from this class, what I need is to understand, if you're able to assess what level he is at. Is it grade
Mhm.
4 or grade 3 or 5? And then
Mhm.
from where you want to start his Olympiad practice. I know where he struggles the most as of now is the reasoning questions or the statement questions. But yeah, you can
Mhm.
take over and see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Say good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon,
Yes,
teacher.
beta.
थोड़ा loudly बात करो Ridan.
Good afternoon,
Good
teacher.
afternoon, beta.
Huh?
So you must be aware of the topic time and calendar, beta, Vedan?
Yeah.
Yes. So I would like to ask you some basic questions, okay? Like, just can you tell me what do you mean by time actually?
Like finding out the time, or like finding a lapse time and things like that.
So basically, time tells you what?
Time tells you how much time you spend on something.
Okay. Can you just give me an example, like where do you apply time in your regular life, in your real life?
To like
Example.
cook something, you need to look at the time to see how long you have to cook something.
Okay. So basically, time is important for everything. Your routine work, it depends on your time, right?
Yeah.
Even like when you go to school, there is a time, a fixed time before which you need to just visit your school, right? If you are late to school, are you allowed to enter?
Not really, no.
Not really, right? So you have the time over there. The time is set over there, which you cannot cross it out, right? You
Yeah.
have to fix your boundaries within the time limit, correct?
Yeah.
Again, when you wake up, you must set the alarm over there, right? That you want to wake up. Suppose you have the school at 7 o'clock. You will be waking up at 6 o'clock, correct?
Yeah.
Then again, you have the recess time, the break time in your school. That again is fixed, right? You have the evening meal, the dinner time, or the lunch time. You have the fixed time for that, right? Yeah. So even for the play, kids have the fixed routine for the play time also. Even you must be having that, yes, now it's 6 o'clock, now it's my play time.
Uh,
Correct.
yeah.
So everything depends on your time. Okay. Every routine that you follow from your like morning to evening, it all depends on your time. Okay.
Okay.
Now over your time and calendar. So here basically it tells you about the past, the present, and the future. Like past, what action has taken place in the past? It will be telling you that, right?
Yeah.
What is going on in the present? Again, it will be telling you each and everything.
Yeah.
Next, what will be going on in future? Again, you can refer to the calendar and again you can tell, right? Even
Yeah.
if you have planned anything for your future, you can tell for that. Like if you have planned to study at 8 o'clock, then you can just tell that I have planned to study at 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Time and calendar, it not only tells you about the past, but also tells you about the present and the future. ongoing events. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I would just like to ask you some basic questions. Like, how many hours do we have in one day?
24 hours.
Yes, that's correct. We have 24 hours. And do you know 1 minute is equal to how many seconds?
Yeah, 60 seconds.
And 1 hour is equal to how many minutes?
60 minutes.
Correct. Very good. So these are the common terms that we hear in our daily life. Time, seconds, minutes, everything. Hours, days, right? How many days do we have in a week?
7.
Yes. Out of these 7 days, we have 5 weekdays and 2 weekends, right?
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday is your weekend, and the 5 weekdays are from Monday to Friday. Okay.
Okay.
Now, next. Here you can see the first day. Here, the first day of the week is Monday. Many kids get confused and they say Sunday. It's not actually Sunday. We always consider as the working day. Okay, beta.
Okay.
So the first working day is Monday, and the weekends are your Saturday and Sunday. And this cycle keep on repeating after every 7 days. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you go with the number of days in a year, how many days do we have in a year?
365.
Correct. Again, over here, out of 365 days, some of the months we have 30 days, and the other months we have is 31 days. And one of the month we have is 28 or 29 days. Correct?
Yeah.
So do you know how many months do we have with 30 days? Any idea?
Oh, yes. January, March.
No, January, March, they have 31, beta. Do you know this knuckle ones?
Yeah. No, I mean, I did know, but I forgot them.
Okay. So we have this knuckle technique. See, I'll be teaching you. This is very easy to remember. We have this knuckles technique, okay? Here
Okay.
what we do, we begin with January. Okay.
January.
January, and you have the two types of knuckles. The first one you can see over here, the bumped ones, right?
Yeah.
And the second one you can see the gap between two bumped knuckles. Okay. So here we always start from January. So bumped ones is January. Then again the gap between two fingers is February. Then again bumped one is March. Again the gap between two fingers is April. Then this is May. Then gap is June, and then July. Now we don't have the other finger over here. So we are stopping at July. Again, we restart from this first bumped knuckle with August. Okay. August. Again, the gap between two fingers, September. Bumped one is October. Again, the gap between two is November. And then again, the bumped is December. So wherever you see the bumped knuckles, you have 31 days of it. Okay. And the ones where we see the gap, we have 30 days, except the month of February. Okay. Only February has either 28 days or 29 days. Right?
Yes.
Depends on the year. If it is a leap year, it will be 29. Otherwise, if it's an ordinary year, it would be 28.
Okay.
So here, January is the bumped. So this will be 31. February, either 28 or 29. March is bumped, so 31. April is a gap, so 30. May bumped, 31. June gap, 30. July is bumped, 31. You can see the August is also bumped. Even this is 31. Then September, 30. October bumped, 31. November, this is the gap. So this is again 30 and December is bumped, which is 31.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Now this is easy for you to remember.
Okay.
So 1 month over here has 4 to 5 weeks. Yes,
Yeah.
you must have referred to the calendar if you have over here 4 to 5 weeks. So basically, we don't have the complete 5 weeks, but yes, we have 2 to 3 days of that fifth week. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if they're asking you how many days do you have in 10 weeks, so how you will be calculating? For
Uh,
1 week, there are 7 days, right?
yeah.
So for 10 weeks, it would be,
7 times 10.
yes, that will be 70 days. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, if they ask you for the month, if 1 month over here has 30 days, then how many days do we have in 9 months? So how do
9,
you calculate?
9 times 30.
Yes.
270.
So this we take 270 because right now we are not aware that which is your first month. Correct?
Yeah.
If you are given a particular information that the first month is March, and then you can just calculate how many extra days you have. Okay? If
Okay.
you start from March, then after March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That means from March to November. So you can just calculate how many months have 31 days. So in that process, you can just add the extra days that you have. Okay. But if
Okay.
the months are not mentioned, we always take the number of days as 30 days. Okay.
Okay.
Now over here, you can see the same thing. Which
Yeah.
months have 31 days? January, March, May, July, August, October, December. So you can check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 months we have with 31 days, right, Bitter?
Yeah.
We are writing 7 times 31. Now the number of months with 30 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 months with 30 days. And we are left with 1 month over here with either 28 or 29 days. So if we calculate for the ordinary year, we will be taking 28. If we calculate for the leap year, we will be taking 29. Now, if you add all of them, you will be getting 365 days, the number of days that we have in a year. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So there are 7 months with 31 days, 4 months with 30 days, and 1 month with either 28 or 29 days. Okay.
Okay.
Now here, leap year, every fourth year we get the leap year, right? Why is it so? Do you have any idea?
Mm, no.
No idea? Okay, how do you find? Like if you are supposed to find which year is your leap year, how do you find it?
By adding like the last year leap year by 4?
Like right now we are in 2025. Is this a leap year?
No.
If not, then why?
Because 2024 was a leap year.
So basically what you have to do is you just have to divide the year by 4 and check it out whether this is completely divisible or not. Okay.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
are left with any remainder, then that is not a leap year. If you go with 2024, this is a year which is divisible by 4. 4 times 5 is 20. And next you have is 0. And then again you bring down 4, which is 24. So 4 times 6 is 24. Right?
Yeah.
So this is completely divisible. We don't have any remainder left. So the years which are completely divisible by 4, they are considered as the leap year. Okay? If it
Okay.
is not divisible by 4, then they are the ordinary years. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if you know that 2024 is a leap year, you can add 4 and find out the next one. So the next leap year would be 2028. Right?
Yeah.
Now, let's suppose if I talk about the century years, like let's suppose if I say 2000. So, what do we divide this with? The
One.
century years are always divided by
One.
400. We
Uh,
divide by 400 and check it out. Okay? Whether they are divisible or not. Again, it should be exactly divisible. We should not have any remainder left. Okay? So those years are considered as the leap years.
okay.
Again, if you divide by this, so yes, this is divisible. So
It's
2000 divided by 400, 0 gets cancelled. This is 5 times. Okay. So
okay.
yes, it is divisible. We don't have any remainder left.
Okay.
So for the century years, we divide by 400. And for the ordinary years, the regular years that we have, other than the century years, we divide by 4 and check it out whether it's a leap year or an ordinary year.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing over here. How many weeks do we have in a year? Like you already know that 365 days we have. But how many weeks do we have in a year? 1 year is equal to how many weeks? If we are supposed to find out this, then how we are doing? How we
Um,
will be finding
let
out?
365 divided by 7 and then just rounding off the remainders.
Yes, that's correct. So if you divide 365 by 7, 7 times 5 is 35. You are left with one remainder. If you bring down the next digit, which is 5, this will be 7 times 2 is 14, right?
Yeah.
You are still left with 1 day over here, right? So this 52 is your weeks. So 1 year is equal to 52 weeks and you are still left with 1 day. Okay, beta?
Okay.
Now here you are dividing 365. But if you have the leap year, then this day will be increasing to 2 days for the leap year. In case of leap year, because you have to divide 366 by 7, right?
Yeah.
So definitely you will be left with the remainder 2 over here. So if the remainder is 2, that means 52 weeks plus 2 days. This is in the case of leap year.
Okay.
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 Now, what do you mean by a decade?
A decade is 10 years.
Yes. And what do we call for the 100 years? What do we have a term for that?
1 century.
Yes. And for the 1000 years,
I don't know that.
it's millennium.
Oh,
Okay. Like
Okay.
right now, we are going with the year 2025. So from 2000 to 2099, you have over here how many years? 100 years. Correct?
yeah.
So this is 1 century. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you have the gap of 1000 years from 2000 to 2999, this, then this is having 1000 years, right, beta?
Yeah. 1 million.
So this is 1 millennium.
Okay.
Because now the next year will be 3000 after this. After this, the next year will be 3000. We have 2999. So the next number will be 3000. And here the next number will be 2100. Okay.
Okay.
So here we have 100 years, which is a century. And when we have 1000 years, then we call it as a millennium.
Okay. Okay.
Now over here, we have a question. Like you will be given some calendar and you will be just given a particular date over their specific date, and they will be asking you question related to that. Okay. So
Okay.
here, like they just gave you the calendar for April 2007. And now what they're mentioning is if 12th April 2007 was Thursday, then what will be the day on 30th April? So even if the calendar is not given, you need to calculate. You know that 12th April is Thursday, right?
Yeah.
For the next Thursday, you will be adding 7 days, right, beta?
Yes.
The next 7 day, if you add, it will be giving you 19th, right? Again, if you add 7 days to it, the next Thursday, it will be 26. Now you can calculate. If this is Thursday, 27th would be Friday, 28th would be Saturday, 29th would be Sunday, so 30th would be Monday. Okay.
Okay.
So when you are given a particular date, like here the specific date is mentioned 12th April, and they're asking you to find out which weekday it is on, again another date they will be mentioning over there. So in that case, if they have given you the weekday that this day is Thursday or Monday or Tuesday, try to find out the next Thursday in that series. Just keep on adding 7, you will be getting the next date and next date and next date. So the number which comes closer to the given question, stop it over there, and then you can find out which weekday it is. Okay.
Okay.
So here 26 is closer to 30. So I'm just stopping over here. And now I can just figure it out that if 26 is Thursday, then 30th would be Monday. Okay.
Okay.
And बड़ी screen पे share कर रही हूँ।
Now let me just ask you another question. Let's suppose if I ask you, like today, 2025, if I just give you today's calendar, okay? 23rd June 23rd June 2025 is Sunday, right, beta? And
Yeah.
if I ask you, what will be the date on, what will be the weekday on 7th July? So can you find out for this one? What will be the weekday over here?
Oh, okay.
2025.
30.
Tell me how you will be doing.
20. 5 days.
23 and the next Monday. What will be the next Monday? If you add 7 to it, what will be next Monday?
Oh, next Monday would be on 23rd.
23rd is Monday today. If I want to find out the next Monday, next week, Monday,
Be
then
30.
what will I add over here? 7. Because 7 days, if you add, you will be getting the next Monday, right? Today
Yeah.
is Monday. If you add another 7 days, you will get again the next Monday, which is next week, right?
Yes.
So, what will be the date next Monday?
30.
Yes, correct. You're getting 30. Now tell me whether June is having 30 days or 31 days.
Um.
You can just check your knuckles.
Oh yeah. 31.
June. Try doing it.
March. Oh, 30.
30, right?
Yeah.
That means next we will be starting with the July. After 30, we will be starting with July, right? So now you are supposed to find out 7th July. So what you will be having? 7th July is, if you add 7 days to it, what will you get? Here, after 30, you will be starting with 1, 2, 3 again, the July month.
Yeah.
So here you will be finding for the July. Now tell me, after 30, if you add another 7 days, what will you get?
Of 37.
So 37 we don't have in the calendar. It will again begin from 1st, right? 1st of July.
It would be Monday.
Yes. So 7th July will be again Monday. Got it?
Yes.
So once you are over here, like you can see, you just have to check whether the month is having 30 days or 31 days. If it is having 31 days, for example, let's suppose if I change the question, instead of June, if I give you July, and here if I ask you for the August, okay?
Okay.
So let's go with July over here. If I go with July, July has 31 days, right, beta?
Yeah.
So in that case, 1 day will be still left over there. After 30th July, 1 day still will be left in the month of July, which is 31st July. So you will be counting that 1 day and another 6 days from your next month, which is August. Okay.
Okay.
So next Monday that you have is 6th August. Okay. Because you have 31st July, 1 day, plus 6 days of August. Is that clear?
Yes.
So this 6th August is Monday. If I ask you for 7th August, this will be Tuesday. Okay.
Okay.
Just check the number of days that you have in that particular month. And accordingly, you will be calculating.
Okay.
Now next over here, Anushka's grandmother went to USA for a vacation on 4th June 2010. She came back on 26th August 2010. How long was her vacation? So, Anushka's grandmother went on a vacation to US and her vacation started on 4th June 2010. This is the month of June. Her vacation started from 4th. Okay. Till August. She just spent there till August 26th. She came back over there. So now, if you just, if she is coming back on 26th, that means she stayed there till 25th, right?
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me how many days did she spend over there?
Okay.
What you will be doing over here?
So first you have you see how many days is it till
Yes, so just find out the months like June, July, and August, right? July, the complete entire month she is spending over there, right, Peter?
Yeah.
So this is 31 days. She is spending the entire month. We have 31 days. And in August, she came back on 26. That means she stayed there for 25 days over there, right?
Yeah.
And now over here for the June, she went on 4th of June. So if you start calculating from 4th, and we have 30 days in the month of June. So how many days? Tell me.
Um.
Like 3 days you can skip. The first 3 days you skip, right? In June we have 30 days. And she is spending the month entire year, the vacation she is spending from 4th to 30. Entire month she is spending except the first 3 days, right, Beta?
Yes.
So you can just subtract those 3 days. If you subtract those 3 days from 30 days, how much you will be getting?
27.
27 days. That means she spent 27 days in the month of June, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
27 days plus 31 days plus 25 days. Now, can you calculate the total number of days over here?
yeah. The 83.
Yes, that's correct. 83 days.
Okay.
So is it clear? How do we calculate? If a
Yeah.
duration is given, like here the duration is given, they have given you from 4th June to 25th August she spent over there in US because she came back on 26th. So you just have to find out how many days she stayed over there. Okay, how long was her vacation? So here you can just check it out. The 3 days are left over here. The 3 days she didn't spend in the month of June. So we are subtracting those 3 days, the first 3 days, and she spent 27 days of June month. Then again the complete July month, which is having the 31 days, and August she spent over there 25 days. So total she spent is 83 days. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how many hours are there in a week? So, what you will be doing over here?
20. It's 24 times 7.
Yes. One day we have 24 hours. So,
Yeah.
for 7 days, it would be 24 times 7. So, this is
So it's
16,
106.
168 hours, right?
Yeah.
Good. Next, how do we write 22 days in weeks?
Um, so
This is quite easy.
yeah. Uh, and 1 week 7. Uh, oh,
Shall I make it easier for you?
yeah, I think
1 week is equal to how many days?
7 days.
And here they are asking you for 22 days, right? So
Yeah.
simply divide this 22 by 7. You will
Okay.
find the number of weeks over here.
Okay. So B, is it B?
Yes, absolutely correct.
Okay.
So 7 times 3 is 21. You are still left with 1 day. So 3 weeks and 1 day, which is written as 3 1 by 7.
Okay.
Okay? 1 day out of 7 days, right? So that's why we write 3 as a whole number for the weeks and 1 day is left as a remainder, so 1 by 7. Fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Next over here, if the Independence Day in 1994 was on Monday, then on which of the following days will be Sunday? Independence Day in India. This is basically talking about the Independence Day in India. So this is 15th August we have. Okay. We
Okay.
celebrate Independence Day on 15th August 1994, which was on Monday. So they are asking you on which of the following dates will be Sunday. So if 15th August is Monday, then you can just calculate on the basis of Sunday because they're asking you for Sunday. That means 14th August was Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Just the day before Monday, we had Sunday. So instead of writing 15th August, we can take 14th August as Sunday. And now you can just add 7 and find out the next Sunday. What will be the next Sunday? So if you add 7 to it, what will be the next date?
21st. Oh.
21st. Again, after that, 21 plus 7 would be
28th.
28. This is again the next Sunday. So we don't have any such date for the month of August. We have the dates for the month of September. Now in the August month, how many days do we have?
We have
You can check with the knuckles better.
31.
Yes. You have 31 days in the month of August. That means over here, 3 more days are left. 29, 30 and 31. 3 days are left, right, beta?
Yeah.
So you will be taking these 3 days and the next month 4 days. So what will be the next Sunday?
The next Sunday would
3 days over here plus the 4 days of August. 4 days of September, the next month. So what will be the next Sunday? The date?
oh uh, uh, um
If you
4.
add the next 4 days, this will be 4th September, right?
Yeah.
4th September is your Sunday. Next, after 4th, what will be the next Sunday?
11.
4 plus 7?
11.
11.
Oh, then
Next,
it's
18. So do we have any such options? Check it out.
18th September 1994.
Yes. So this 18th September is your Sunday. We are just calculating for Sundays, every Sundays, and you get the date over here, which is 18th September. Okay. So here, we just keep on adding 7 to every Sunday. You will be getting the next week. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now here, if 14th February 1984 was Tuesday, what was the day on 13th February 1985?
Monday. Oh, it was. Oh, the year is different.
Yes, the year is different.
Oh,
Take the previous day over here. If 14th February 1984 was Tuesday, that means 13th February, if I take 13th February 1984, this will be Monday, right, beta?
yeah. Oh, Tuesday.
And now they're asking for 13th February 1985.
Uh,
How
I
you will be doing?
Thursday.
How you will be finding out?
By um. So first,
Year is equal to how many days?
365.
Correct?
Oh, and it's a remainder one, so it's always going to add more. So it's Wednesday, but since it's 13th, it would be Tuesday.
So here, like when you are supposed to find out for the next year, okay? One
Okay.
complete year is given. You already know there are 52 weeks and 1 day, right, beta?
Yeah.
365 days. And over here, 1984. Is this a leap year? Find out.
It's
Divide by 4 and check it out. Is it divisible completely or is it having any remainder? Check it out. Is it divisible by 4?
okay. 4. Uh, it is able to.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So this is your leap year. If it is a leap year, then 1984 year is having 366 days, right?
Yeah.
That means over here, this should be 366 days, right?
Yes.
Now, over here, what they're asking you is, if you just divide 366 days, how many weeks did we get? 52 weeks and 2 days, right, beta?
Yes.
When we divided by 7, we got this. So if you add 52 weeks, you will again be getting Monday. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you add 52 weeks over here, you will be getting again Monday. Right?
Yeah.
Plus, if you add 2 days, what will you get?
Um.
After Monday, if you add 2 days, then
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Right?
Yeah.
So here, this will be Wednesday. The answer would be Wednesday.
Oh.
Okay. So when they're asking you for one complete year, just check it out whether the year is leap year or an ordinary year. If it is a leap year, that means you will be dividing 366 days by 7 and finding out the number of weeks. So you got 52 weeks, which you already know. If you know, you don't even need to divide. You already know 52 weeks are there. So if you add 52 weeks, you will again be getting Monday. And then the number of extra days that you have. If you have 1 day extra, that means it will be Tuesday. If you have 2 days extra, that means it would be Wednesday, like that. Okay?
Okay. I thought it was Tuesday because I didn't pay attention to the leap year.
Yes, so here you have to be very careful when you are doing calendar, no? You
Yeah.
have to be very careful with the leap years also. This is what is very confusing over here. Many kids make the same mistake over here.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. So here, just like I discussed few questions, first I will be explaining the concept of a particular chapter to you in the class. Okay. After that, I'll be going with some questions. We will be discussing some of the questions in the class. We will be practicing some sets over there, the sets which are given, uploaded in the website. Okay. And then you will be given the homework. You can try practicing few questions at home. If you are stuck at any question, you can mark those questions. You can ask those questions in the next class. Okay. So
Okay.
before moving on with the next topic, I cleared your doubt and I'll be just moving on with the remaining set of questions first. And then we will be completing all the practice sets. And then you will be given a link for the mock test. Okay. Once we are completed with the chapter, a link will be shared with you in the given WhatsApp number, the registered number. And you just have to appear for the mock test. Again, I will be discussing that paper in the class. Okay. Similarly, we will be going for each and every chapter. And in the end, you will be getting to know the question pattern of the Olympiad exams also. We have the super classes for that. So you will be getting the previous year questions and we will be discussing on those questions. So you will be learning how to attempt those questions within the time limit. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me, how was the demo?
It was good. It was very fun.
Did you understand the topics like the questions that I covered today?
Yes, I did.
Good. So you can just talk to the team better. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can just ask your parents, they will be talking to the team and they can just inform me like when you are ready for the classes and all. You can just share your feedback over there. Okay, beta?
Okay.
Okay, sure. I'll speak with the team then.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.